If you'd like to be our next guest on Enta Asks, just click the link below.
Hope you enjoy the episode.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Enta Asks. I'm Adam Colazetti.
And I'm Caitlin Bullock.
And today we have with us Jason Duncan, who's the Executive Vice President and co-founder of RentPERKS. And I can tell you right now, this is going to be a super fun episode.
Yes, this is kind of my jam because we're talking about rewards and people and some really powerful stories of how, you've made impacts in people's lives.
And change behavior.
And this ain't your mama's reward program, okay? Like, we've all been frustrated with reward programs. Like, I remember there was a while back, I'm not going to mention the program, but it's like every year you lost all your points if you didn't use them.
Yeah, and it's interesting, global accounting, the IFRS 15 requirements of actually keeping the rewards on the books, part of why that happened, and they're trying to work around and create stuff. At the end of the day, rewards programs are very cumbersome. They're intended to attract great revenue to a business, but in a lot of instances, make it burdensome for the individual that's collecting. And case in point, when you're collecting rewards and there's a potential to use them for travel, and they don't do the travel booking themselves, so the rewards are being redeemed against a third-party company, and it'll go toward the value, but then you have to pay the tax. And you can only use it within certain time frames that they're going to allow you because of the values they benchmark it on, right? So, most reward companies have people that don't have enough points collected to actually redeem for anything. But the IFRS requirements also mean they have to leave the points on the table if they ever get to a point to redeem them. So you've got $16 trillion in dollars out there on the marketplace right now in the rewards industry that is
Unclaimed.
being unused annually.
Yeah.
It's
Sorry,
crazy.
16
million. Yeah.
Unused points.
Annually. It's just because there's, you shop at the grocery store and swipe something and you just do it out of habit. Sure. And maybe you're collecting, but they're not really earning a lot, and you're not getting to a point you want to use it for anything because it's not the magical trip to sunny Disney.
Sure, you go to check and you're like, oh, it's not even close.
It's not even close. I don't want this gadget, this little thing.
Right?
This is true.
So we looked at that framework and we thought, okay, well, what do people really want? They want to exchange rewards for something. And there's a currency value to that, just straightforward. And the other thing they want is travel, right? People used to like traveling, and so we'll be back to that soon, I believe. But we looked at that, and what we realized was, let's build our own company, and let's make this rewards company pivotal to what we're doing as an operating entity, which is RentPERKS. And the intent of the rewards is really around the attraction of a top quintile of renters from the marketplace. No other company is offering rewards on rent. Our rewards are actually really cool, and I'll touch on that in a second. But as a company, we want tenants to take care of the property and pay us on time. And it's a no-brainer, but instead of taking the traditional model of fighting them and being all about the legal approach and expecting them to be a horrible tenant when they move in.
Right. Like we talked about.
We want them to feel like they want to be a part of our company as a tenant, and that we hold value in that relationship so that we get the behavior that we want. And so we offer rewards. And when we do inspections on property, the complete inspections all digitized, and there's framework in the back for earn rates based on, are they keeping it clean and not putting holes in the wall, kind of a thing. And then that's also measured against the days late and delinquency and payment behaviors and things. So all that modeling works into an earn rate that, every 6 months start getting a payout on rewards. And the rewards company now going back to what you're going to do with these rewards, because what do you want? Well, we've got over 500 retail brands in North America, name any brand, and we probably have a gift card conversion in the app that you can convert the points and just use it online for shopping, Amazon, Home Depot, you name it.
It gives you that flexibility.
It gives you the flexibility of what you want to do, but it's also in 12 currencies. So for a lot of the people that are immigrants and they're always sending money back home, it'll actually work in a lot of different countries. Not to the same volume of companies, but it's out there. So this is great for them. And if you think about it, you know, they're actually, I find, better tenants. If you go into places like Ontario or BC, I find it's more, you know, our North American born and raised renter who's really sophisticated and smart and knows everything about the tenancy laws and everything else. So what happens if we're creating this environment where we're attracting all of these tenants and we're giving them something that nobody else is doing, they feel so loyal to the service and to the asset and everything that they also recommend their friends, and they get rewards for that because we want to take trusted people, right? And then
referral rewards.
And then if they are releasing within our portfolio any asset, as an example, we had a guy move from Vancouver to Calgary and leased a property from us. Didn't have to go through the application process, signed the lease, pre-approval. We also gave him a chunk of rewards for taking a property with us as an incentive because we have operating history with him. And so if we're really looking at what we're doing as an operator, we're really focused around the entire behavioral component of our tenancies and driving demand on quality assets and attracting and retaining quality tenants through an incentive-based modeling.
I love it.
This is amazing. It's like, it's human psychology 101. Like, I don't think anyone would disagree with you if you said that if you want to influence someone's behavior, make them feel like they're part of something bigger than themselves and reward them for good behavior.
Yep.
Everyone be like, yeah, that's a great idea.
And if you think about that, you know, that's what people are trying to do. You know, they're trying to create these incentive models. And I'm sure after this video, people will be out there trying to find ways to do it. But one thing that say a small owner operator doesn't have that we have is being multi-market and creating real inbound demand in unique ways.
Yeah.
They're typically isolated to an asset level, and that asset level
can only have so much reach.
It'll only have so much reach, and you can only factor in an earn rate and rewards by the cash flow of that asset. Like, we are active in 22 cities across Canada in 3 years, and we're now looking at deploying into the US. So as we get out there, I've got a target to hit about 250,000 units by 2028. And if you think about all of the framework of what's going in and around the back end of 250,000 units spread across all over the place, we're really kind of cleaning and harnessing and making nice everything. I mean, we take care of the properties too, so it's a benefit to the tenants. It's not just take it and we're going to shove you in a box. We actually take care of the property as well. But this is a game changer in attraction to assets and also in attraction to the valuation the assets can achieve.
So there's levels.
There are levels, yeah. We have 3 tiers of earn, so tenants can sign on, and as they stay longer and release, they go up based on their history. So when that framework starts to shift around, all of that can change too. And where it's really interesting is where we acquire a portfolio and we're stepping in and kind of converting over these tenants onto the platform.
What do they do?
Well,
what is this?
They have to get there first. But our diligence in the communication around moving them into a consistent pay habit.
Right.
You know, I like on-time payments. Let's get them there. You know, 30 days, 27 days, 22 days, 17, 8, 3. Oh my God, this guy's actually paying on time. Finally, that is actually more valuable in the data set around the background of what's happening with that individual than just taking somebody new that's on time, because we've actually corrected something as a behavior through diligent communication and incentive-based modeling.
Right, you didn't just displace them and have the problem go somewhere
Exactly.
You're creating
an elevated community of renters.
Yeah, there's accountability everywhere, and it's happening so fast that they want to be a part of it, or they're influenced to be a part of it, or whatever, right? Like,
you did a contest.
We did, yeah. So it was our first one, but we'll be doing different things as we go, and part of the rewards company is really built around, like, let's have some fun and make it exciting. And also, acknowledge to all of our tenant community who's winning and what is it, because again, that's behavioral thing, and it's reinforcing a desire to, well, somebody's actually winning something. And so in August,
we're not competitive at all, are we?
So in August, we ran a draw, and you had to have all the right behavior. You know, you don't damage the property. We'd had inspections done. You're paying on time, and you got entered into this draw. And we ended up paying the month of August rent for a woman. And it works out that she just happens to be a single mom. And so it was a random draw, but it could not have been placed to a better, more probably welcoming individual.
So did you get to make that call?
No, my partner made that call. Yeah. So
okay.
And that was in Vancouver, and I'm in Calgary, so I didn't. But you know, I was raised from a single mom, and so for me, it was a little bit like meaningful to have that relationship.
Yeah,
like, wow, like
amazing,
awesome. You know, like, we're doing something cool here. So
what did
it
she
really
say?
resonated. Oh, she was in tears. You know, like, what do you mean I don't have to pay rent? Like, is this a trick?
Right.
Like, you're not throwing me out next month because you're here telling me right now. It's, no, it's all documented. This is all legal. We're paying the rent. Your rent is being paid by us under the rewards company. So it was really cool. But you know, we've got plans.
Because you know, we all get those automated calls where it's like, you have been selected to win. So you really have to be the person calling and be like, don't worry, it's me.
And supporting it through a variety of communications, so it's reinforced as well.
Here's the proof. Here's your receipt. You did it.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
But you know, big things planned for what we're going to do in that company, which it doesn't do anything except serve RentPERKS. So it's very unique in that regard. But we've already got an agreement with MasterCard. And so when we get our properties at a certain scale, we're going to be introducing a MasterCard, RentPERKS branded MasterCard, that will have the rewards card on the back end. And we will have debit and we will have credit. There'll be different earn rates, but there'll be better earn rates than any debit card earn rates on rewards right now, for sure. And the credit card will be competitive with the best cards on the industry. And so what we're literally doing is stepping out and converting all of our users to adopt the card to get additional reward revenue through our company that they're doubling up in their behaviors. Then we start to get into really interesting things.
I want to rent again. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, you should call it like rent better. Have your cake and eat it too.
Seriously.
Yeah, well, and you know, that's an interesting point. Like, there's a lot of things going on around the world, and people are moving back and forth, and you know, owners are tenants sometimes too. You know, especially Calgary is a massive corporate relocation place, and so families will come over, and they're not going to go and buy a house in the first week they're here. They're going to want to settle in and look at the communities, get their kids in, and things like that. They're renters. Are they good renters? Most of the time, pretty good, right? And it was funny, you know, as an example, I was talking to an investor who's from Chile and really loved all our advances of technology, because in the '08 crash, all their banks and everything shifted into digitization, and he's so frustrated that he gets mail from people. He doesn't know why, right? And so he was asking about, you know, what's it like for the tenants and what sort of credibility do you have? Well, actually, last week we placed your ambassador from Chile.
Oh, no
So
way.
your government voted, your country voted representative of the country to go and be in Canada is a tenant of ours in Vancouver. And he just went, wow, like, oh my God, you guys are doing everything. I can't believe it. And so it really resonated. And we're talking about a number of different multifamily deals that they're out in acquisition land for right now. And, you know, as you get in front of people and you start talking about, let's step away from thinking in that capacity, and let's think about what we can actually use that and do with it. It changes the conversation, it changes the excitement, it changes the buy-in, and the buy-in's not just from the investors. The buy-in's actually from the tenants too.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, in the last year, we found that our maintenance app has a 80% adoption across all of our properties, meaning people don't call an emergency line and they don't send emails.
They like the app.
They use the app. They're using the app, and that's allowing us to do everything. And that's all part of the incentive is like, reminders, use the app, get rewards, all these, constantly shoveling information down on them so they understand, and they're starting to really migrate toward what we want from our tenancies.
That's amazing.
Because you almost, feel like you don't believe it. You show up, you're like, here, download this app. Okay, you're like, if you need something, press that. Someone shows up.
24 hours.
I got to tell you, when we launched, so we started in Calgary because I reside here and I'm the broker, so it was just an easy startup place. I had so many people that were calling and asking about everything that we were doing. And said, there's no way you can do it. Like, you can't do that. Yeah. And competitors say to people, well, they're not going to survive. There's no way, they can't do that. We're in 22 cities across the country in 3 years. So obviously we know what we're doing. And obviously we can do all of these things,
we can
right?
do it, but we can
So
That's great.
It's it's been interesting, but rewards,
not your mama's rewards.
Not your mama's
Not your mama. These are rewards that keep on giving.
No grocery store stuff.
That's
we're doing
right.
real value.
Real value. We love it. Okay, so thank you so much. If somebody wants to get a hold of you.
RentPERKS.com.
Okay.
Simple sign up process. Hit the button, and there's support there too. If you need anybody to help you, just hit the button, and they're there 24/7. We're available for you. So
if you're an investor and you've got all these properties, even a single property, literally, I think you said it was like 24 to 48 hours from the time you sign up, you can have it all too.
Absolutely.
I want to rent again. It's just so amazing. Okay, join us next time where we're going to talk about
data and analytics.
Oh, more nerdy stuff. I love it.
These are like the future projects coming down.
The future. What does
right?
it look like?
Yeah.
Amazing. Stay tuned, guys. I hope you enjoyed that episode as much as we did. So remember, if you know somebody who should be our guest on our next show, just click the link below.
Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe so that you'll never miss an episode.